How's it going? Welcome back. It's Jonathan. Now, I'd like to apologize for not doing any new video for quite some time. I have definitely gone off the radar for a while. Busy, super busy. Busy working on some back-end courses. Just recently joined the Mastering the Markets crew, so busy preparing for those seminars. I got to do a weekly seminar with them every single Wednesday, and busy putting together new tools for you. So I do want to get into possibly some more videos as we go. However, the question I had for you, this is going to be a short video. Question I had for you is, what kind of videos are you looking for? I used to do like the cryptocurrency videos where I put out, say, like a weekly or a bi-weekly update on Bitcoin. However, I felt like that was getting a bit boring for me after a little while. Do you guys want like daily stuff? Do you want like a daily video, or just a weekly video is okay? Do you guys want intraday stuff? So do you want me to look at the intraday markets, the intraday levels, and give you that sort of information? What is exactly that you're looking for? Because I talk about cycles, I talk about the war cycle, the possible upcoming US civil unrest cycle, talk about all that sort of stuff. But if it's just, landing on deaf ears, there's no point in me sort of creating those kind of videos. So I would rather put out content that is more important, or at least more resonating with what you're actually looking to hear about. I didn't want to come out and be one of those guys who would just say, oh, the market's going up, the market's going down today. I sort of focused on the medium-term stuff. So we had several turn dates for the month. We'd have the directional bias for the month, and we'd come out and we would follow that directional bias or those turn dates as the month rolled out. Do you guys want me to do more? If so, just let me know below. Give me some markets, and give me the time frame. Do you want a daily update on that video, or on that market? Do you want a weekly video on that market, or a monthly? What sort of content are you looking to receive? Do you want to get the directional bias? Do you want to get the turn dates? I can provide you those dates, and I can update you on those dates every single month or every single week as required, because there's a lot of stuff that we can do. So let me just we'll do timing solutions. Let me just open up that. Alrighty, so I'll just open up timing solutions, just show you something that we've been following just recently here. So just going to open up the file. And what you'll be able to see, I'm just going to download the data from the internet quickly. What you'll be able to see is just one of the cycles that I started to track on Bitcoin, for example, and it's a weekly cycle. So instead of looking at the monthly or even the yearly cycle, which I normally would produce a full year forecast, and then would break it down, would look at the monthly forecast. Now toying around and playing around with a weekly cycle. Okay. So wait for these to load in. Alrighty, so I started publishing this last week to the Mastering the Markets crew, and it was around the second that we had it played out. And what we had here was, we had two lines. Okay, so we have a red one and we have a blue one. Both of them use very similar market curves. Okay, so we're looking at a shorter time frame, so this is just a weekly basis. So in this case, we were going from the 3rd to the 9th, for example. So we're going from the 3rd to the 9th, or basically I had published it on the 2nd, so we're looking from the 2nd out to the 9th. Okay, so the 10th starts here. And the blue one takes in shorter term moves, so it's a bit more volatile in essence. And the red one removes some of that noise and focuses on more of those longer term swings. And basically what we were looking for was for the market to primarily move up until around the 3rd to the 4th, because this is when these were sort of topping out. Then they were to be moving down until around the 5th to the 6th time frame, because that's when these ones sort of bottomed out, and then move up until the 7th, possibly to the 8th time frame, and then move down into the 9th to the 10th. As you can see, if we look at the swings, we got that major sell-off that happened in the markets, but it was quickly reversed into the cyclical peak. So this would have been, the blue one has indicated that would be looking down in this case, but regardless of that, the slope down was larger. However, the cyclical peak came in. And then as we can see, we trend this down lower into the low around this point here, which is matching pretty well up with the cyclical curve here. The blue one gave us our intra-market or intraday sort of swing. So you can see the market's going up with the blue one, down with the blue one, up with the blue one, down with the blue one. Here it sort of gets inverted as the red one sort of takes over, and it sort of just forces it lower. Well, if we move the same cycle forward, well, what I need to do is I need to recalculate the cycle by realigning all the swings, and we look out into next week. We sort of get this curve here. Okay, so this would take us, instead of to the 9th, we'd go from the 10th to the 16th. And that would take us, if I can just squeeze this up a little bit more, to here. And what this basically means is that we'd be looking for relative sideways prices to downward prices into around the 12th, possibly, or I should say the 11th, sorry. A top around the 12th, markets falling down between the 13th to the 14th time frame, topping out on the 15th. So it's relatively sideways motion in the market right now, but we do see these swings here. So we'll be looking for the market to make these swings. Now this is a curve that we're using, and if we go back in time and we look at sort of each weekly swing, we got to set the LBC back, because what happens when we click LBC and we set it to a specific date, well, it means that it's going to not take into consideration any of the future market data. So it's basically made the cycle blind. So it's unable to know what's happened basically after the purple thing. So in the purple area, it doesn't detect any of the bars here, and it just gives us a swing. And we can see if we zoom in, this would have been the curve for this time period. So we would have been looking for a low around here. Sort of market would have swung up to around here, found a low. We would have been looking for tops around here, down, and then we see all these swing down. So we see the swing goes down, we see the blue one goes down into this area. Or if we go forward, we can see that curves will update and they'll sync up again, because they'll give us basically the true curve, and they'll recalibrate the curve for the next period that we're looking at. If we go into the next period, this is that period that we're looking at. Again, the purple section means that it can't see any data, and it's just relying on the cyclical analysis at that time. So again, we can do this. Okay, we've got the cycles that are laid out here, and we can just keep rolling this forward into the future, and we can get an idea on what's likely to occur. All we got to do to sync it up again is just move this LBC forward, and then we can get the projected curve for the next time period. Okay, we could do this daily. So we could go, okay, so based on this, we'll be looking for this curve. So we have a long red one going up, but then we have the blue one, which is the shorter term move, sort of coming up and moving down into this period before swinging higher. If we go to the next day, I wouldn't do daily, by the way. I'd set it at weekly, preferably. We can see that they both top out this day, and then they fall lower into this period down here. Again, I wouldn't do it daily, because because this is a weekly swing, but we can shorten the swings that we do. We can shorten the cycles that we do and get those daily moves. Okay, I just need to know what exactly you're looking for. So I'll stop waffling here. This is the weekly model that I'm using at the moment, especially for Bitcoin USD. So this is our weekly model, and this would be what we're doing out into the future. So again, each time I need to update to get the next curve, we'll be looking for this. Okay, so this would be basically our weekly model out from today's price. However, we want to set it on the 10th, because we want to go 10th out to around the 16th to give us our true weekly model, and that's going to give us this relative curve here. Right there, that'll be our curve. So leave a message below what market you want me to look into, what sort of time frames, how many videos you want me to do for it, so I can get an idea on or if any demand is available for this. You can hit me up on Facebook as well if you got me there. Send me a private message on Telegram, whatever you want, or in the groups you can just hit me up if you don't want to be making any public comments below. That's it. So this was just an update to let you know that I'm still alive and still here. I'm just working on a whole bunch of things at the moment, and I'm reaching out to you now to give me a guide on what you actually want me to be talking about. Talk to you soon.